Hello, it's Maria here. Welcome to my YouTube Artist Maria Burke channel. Right behind me is my back garden, and today I want to show you and talk to you a little bit about my garden, or our garden, and how much it has inspired me over the last few months. Since we've had lockdown and since we've had restrictions, my husband in particular, he wanted to do work on the garden. So we started planting flowers, we planted a few trees, and he planted a lot of vegetables. So they're all there behind me, and they have just, some of them blossomed so beautifully over the summer, and they were just particularly the roses and Montbretia and plants like that, and they were just so inspiring to me and they give so much pleasure. So I just want to share a little bit about my inspiration, because the inspiration for my work has come a lot from the garden and from going out on walks and going around Ireland over the summer and just really enjoying, after being locked down, getting out and enjoying God's creation. And the beauty of nature has just been so healthy for me and so uplifting. And I know these paintings or these photographs that I've taken and videos that I've taken are really going to keep me going during the winter. So I hope you like this and that you follow me into my garden and just show you. It's quite humble, but it's not anything majorly exotic, but it's the beginning, and I think next summer it's going to be even nicer again. So hope you enjoy it. So just heading into the garden, up the garden path, and actually down the garden to the very back of it. And these are Japanese anemones. And I planted them a few years ago, and they have really spread, and I just really love them. They come up in the summer and they're just absolutely abundant. There's a huge clump of them, and they're just so pretty. I love them. And when we moved into our house about 10 years ago, this pot was in the garden and I mended it. So that's why I'm showing it to you. You can see the little ties. I drilled holes. It was just split in two and I drilled holes. I saw it on a YouTube channel. So if you've got a broken pot, it's just very handy to be able to mend it again. The roses, and this is a clematis that was planted in the garden. A friend of ours planted it there this summer, and as you can see, the snails have attacked it, but I think next summer we're really hoping that will spread up the wall and it will be lovely. This is verbena. Again, I planted that late summer. So again, that'll be something. I hope. This is a very humble garden. It's only the beginnings of a garden, and there's a lot of ground cover that we've put down there, the lobelia. And I planted, this is a hydrangea that I planted, and also there was some Montbretia there. So we're going back over the other side of the garden, past the Japanese anemones, and you can see them again. They're just such a pretty flower with their yellow hearts. And this is a rambling rose, and I love painting the rambling roses. I've done a lot of paintings of them, and it just seems to ramble all over the ground. And I'm always propping it up and trying to get it to stand up and grow high, but it rambles, but it's beautiful. I love the colour. I think this is a blanket snow ground cover. I think that's the name of it. But yeah, that rose, the colour of it, I love so much. The Black-Eyed Susan, that's one I planted this year. I've planted it before and it didn't survive in the garden, so I'm just hoping. I've put it in a sunnier spot now, so I hope it'll survive. And there's another deeper colour, more crimson rambling rose that has done a lot better this year. I have those down about 2 years now. And over here, the Montbretia. And when I go to Kerry in the summer, this is what I see everywhere. And I took some bulbs and brought them home and planted them in the garden, so they remind me of Kerry. And I think this is in the garden every year. This little pink plant, I think it's some sort of an autumn crocus, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but it seems to come out every autumn. So there's the Montbretia again. Really, it grows wild, but I think that was brought in into Ireland centuries ago and planted, and it spread. Now this is my husband's vegetable patch, and I'm just showing you the courgette flower. We got lots of lovely big courgettes out of that plant. And now I'm just coming back again into the garden, and this is about a month later, and this plant has grown. And this is October. So I took the other previous clip in September, and also in that pot that I told you that I mended, the nasturtiums have really come on. And we're right into the month of October now, and I've been painting those nasturtiums. They've just inspired me so much. Beautiful leaves on them. And but this thing, I don't know, is it Queen Anne's lace? There's lots of different versions of this plant. I just love it. I love painting them. They're just so lacy, and this one is a fuchsia. Now this is another plant that grows all over Ireland, and it's growing wild now, but it was brought into the country. And this is a variation, it's a garden variety of the fuchsia. Beautiful big flowers. And another rambling rose that I planted. I think I planted this one this year, and it's done quite well. It's got lovely dark green leaves, and it's survived right into October, so there's still so much colour. The verbena is grown a little bit. And down here I want to show you something. This plant, I dropped some wildflower seeds into the garden early in the summer, and I think that's where this has come from, and the Queen Anne's lace, because I didn't purposely plant them. But I just think this is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what the name of it is. It came out of a mixed packet of wildflowers. Maybe if I find the packet I might get some clue as to what it was. But isn't it so pretty? And that's the thing, and this is October. That's the thing about gardens. There's things flowering in the garden that weren't flowering during the summer. This hebe here started flowering in early spring. It was the first plant to flower in the garden. It stopped flowering in the summer, and now here it's flowering again in the late autumn. So that was just such a lovely little surprise to see that one coming back and adding a little touch of pink to the garden. We also planted apple trees, an apple tree, a pear tree, and they're doing well. And this hebe that wasn't doing well in the summer is going pink. So that's one that's going to last through the winter. Those pink leaves will stay going during the winter. And I've still got these rambling roses flowering in the late autumn. The black-eyed Susan is going, and the Montbretia is gone. But over here, these little, I think they're called autumn crocuses, and they've got the most beautiful pink flowers and amazing coloured leaves. And over here, the little bee, and he's trying to hide, but there he is. He's trying to hide from me, but these flowers attract the bees. And we've had so many butterflies and bees in the garden since we've started planting them this summer. So, and this is the apples on the apple tree. I think it's time to pick them. But there's only 3 this year, but maybe next year there'll be more. Hopefully there'll be a lot more next year. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you liked it. This is my inspiration. Please subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. God bless.